Success Talks with Jamal Edwards.
I'm Jamal Edwards, 22 years old, from West London. Started out filming my mates on my estate. It was mainly in West London. Started branching out, went to North, East, South, tried to branch out a little bit more. So started doing things with singers, then branched out a little bit more. Started doing things with people outside of music, and just basically trying to build it to what it is today. I never made any money from it at first. It was just that I love to film, and I enjoy filming. I still enjoy filming, and it was just something. I tried MCing, I tried football, I tried loads of things, and when I got a camera, that's what I thought. Yeah, that was good. Like, this was what not a lot of people were filming, so I thought, yeah, this is something which I can do, and I actually genuinely had a passion for it. It's something which I didn't think I'd ever turn into a business or make money from. I think it was mainly the YouTube partnership when it allowed me to be able to earn money from videos I was making. That's when thought I could turn it into a business. I was working in Top Man, so I had to buy tapes. The reason I was working in Top Man is to buy tapes and equipment for my camera. But then when I realised I was getting money from YouTube, I thought, alright, cool, if I'm making a little bit of money doing this amount of work, let me do a little bit more work to make more money. And then it kind of just kept on snowballing like that.
YouTube partnership.
They didn't give it to me. That they declined me about 3 times, and then eventually they gave it to me. And that's basically, you split the advert revenue that you get on the videos around, well, the pre-rolls and all the adverts you get on the side of the video and on the video as well. I just kept on trying. More than anything, I didn't stop. Like, someone might get knocked back and they think, oh, I'm not going to try again. I just looked at it as like, alright, cool, I'm going to have to work harder or try something different or approach it differently. I was determined to do it because I wanted to be a partner. Like, and not many people were partners back in the day. It was only like really big channels and that, and I thought it would be quite a good accomplishment if I was. So I just kept on trying. I knew the more views I get, the more money I'd make. So I'd try and do bigger things. I'd try to do things outside of grime and rap. So I'd try and do things with singers. And then when I started doing things with singers, tried to get bigger singers. And after that, I just kept growing it because I knew I was big in grime, and I could keep on going on grime. But me personally, I've got other musical interests as well, so why not film Kelly Rowland? I've done that, and that kind of boosted the channel up, helped me get more people. So I knew that more views and bigger acts equaled bigger paychecks. Everyone on my team's not, I look at it as like more passion. Don't need degrees or whatever, just have a passion for it and be consistent and be hardworking. Most of the people in here have come from uni or college, and I've just given them a chance, and they've proved me right. The first person was 2 people that I employed from a professional background that have come from somewhere else in the industry, and the rest have been from education. So how I've always employed people has kind of been just have a passion for what you want to do. You don't have to have the best grades or whatever. It's just about being passionate about your work. I have tons of people come through. I employ about 7 people and freelancers, but I have tons of people come through. It's just about picking the best ones.
Next steps for SBTV.
Yeah, doing loads of other things. Got an ebook out. Clothing line, going to do a personal clothing line, SBTV clothing line, do more live events, go to the USA, do SBTV USA over there, build out of music, try and do comedy, fashion, sport, business, games and gadgets, personal stuff as well, maybe a couple TV formats, and keep on growing it. Going to get someone to control music, someone to control fashion, someone to control comedy, and then just all report back in. And I think eventually it will happen. I just got to stay focused, I guess. Main thing I always say is maintain self-belief. You're not going to get there. You're not going to get there straight away. You're going to have people say no, but don't let that stop you. And believe in yourself. If you think you've got a good idea, you've got to find your niche and be original and be consistent. Once you find your idea, be consistent with it. There's loads of cameramen now. I don't know Like, obviously, they might look at me or something and think, oh yeah, I could be a cameraman now. But there's loads of other things out there. Like, if you look at football, there's like a coach, there's a referee, there's a linesman, there's a trainer. There's like loads of jobs behind certain things. So people's looking at being MCs. So loads of people's MCs. I looked behind MCs. Okay, there's people that film MCs. I'm gonna do that. There's loads of other things. Just because I see loads of cameramen nowadays. When back in the day, like 6-7 years ago, there was no one filming. Everyone's like, "Why are you filming for? What is this?" Like, so look at all kind of jobs, regardless of if someone looks up to me and I'm a cameraman. It doesn't mean that you have to be a cameraman. You can be something else.
Dealing with advice.
Good advice and bad advice. I don't know. People get given a chance. It depends how you take it. Like, I might take some bad advice in a good way and I'll change it around. It's all dependent on the person. Like, I always say, you can't change someone else has to change for themselves. So you can give them as much advice and as much opinions, as much as whatever, but it's how they interpret it. I've been given bad advice, but I've interpreted it and changed it around and made it kind of make sense. It's all down to the person. Me personally, if someone gave me bad advice, I'd either not listen to it or I'd look at it and try and change it so it fit for me. Don't know if it makes sense. In my head it makes sense, but yeah. Someone say don't do that, don't go and film someone that's not grime. To me, some people might be like, yeah, that's good advice, whatever. To me, that's bad advice, but I've changed that around and I've said I will film that person and I'll do it in a certain way where it won't be, I'll do it in a certain way where it will make sense. So that I've done Miley Cyrus. I didn't do a straight up interview of Georgia and Aaron. I've done a fans asking questions episode, which makes more sense than doing a straightforward interview.
Keys to success.
Being consistent, that's been like my main thing more than anything. Like, I'm always consistent. I've got a new video every day. A new video today, 5 o'clock. Just got to be consistent. That's like one of the top things.
What is failure?
Failure, in my opinion, is not trying. People that are scared to try, that's a failure. People that are scared to try and fail, that's a failure. People trying and failing, that's not a failure. I don't get, like, people will say, oh, I'm gonna try and film Red Ring, and they're gonna be like, no, I'm scared, I don't want to do that. That's a failure. But if you do film Red Ring and you fail, that's not a failure. You just learn from your mistakes and carry on. I don't think, like, there's no such thing as a failure. It's only failure if you don't learn from the fail that you make.
If you could speak to yourself when you were 15, what piece of advice would you tell yourself?
I don't know. I don't have any regrets. Don't regret anything. It made me the person I am today, so I can't really tell myself when I was 15, because I would want to go through what I've gone through to learn from it, because otherwise if I told myself, then I'll know everything and I'm not going to learn anything.
Who were your mentors growing up, and who are your mentors now?
Mentors growing up, didn't really have any mentors growing up. Had inspirations like my parents and that, and people around me. Mentors now, I've got a few people around me that help out, that help me out with like business stuff. I'm not going to mention names, but yeah, I've got a few people around me.
How have you dealt with fear?
I deal with it every day. Like, beyond, outside of my comfort zone, doing this is outside of my comfort zone. I don't like, I got into this thing not to do all this TV stuff, all the pictures, interviews. Like, I'm the man behind the cam, so I go outside of my comfort zone all the time. It's like, it's a normal everyday thing. And believing I can make videos, and believing I can change things, and believing I can find new artists and stuff. That's what keeps me going.
Self-doubt or being put off by other people?
Yeah, I've always doubted myself. I doubt myself when I do certain videos of artists. I'm like, oh, is people gonna like this? If people are gonna like this, it's gonna get bad feedback. Like, I doubt all the time, but I go through a bit, and then if it's a failure, I learn from it. If it's not a failure, I'm like, at least I did it.
Maintaining motivation.
I always have my ups and downs. What keeps me going is being able to just provide for everyone around me, my friends, family, try and get them, like, that's what keeps me going. If I'm having a bad time, I'm like, you know what, man up, I gotta keep focused, and hopefully one day I'll make it or whatever. People say, oh, you've made it, your name's on the coke can, oh, you've made it, you've done BBC Breakfast, oh, you've made it, you've got Wiz Khalifa in a video, oh, you've made it, you've done that. But I don't think the definition of making it is like being able to buy your parents' house, buy your family home you lived in, be able to I look after myself. I've got my own place, I clothe myself, I feed myself, I buy myself stuff. But that is probably the definition of making it, and being able to look after your close friends and family.
Procrastination.
I either delegated someone in the team, or I just do it. I just get on with it. Like, oh, work's not gonna complete itself. Otherwise, it just keep building up. My emails is a madness. That's a procrastination in itself, because it's just building, and I need to start going through them. Every day I'm going to try and go through every email so it doesn't pile up.
What habits have you picked up along the way?
Bad habits is sometimes losing my phone, sometimes not replying to text straight away. My phone's just piled up with messages, voice messages. I need to sort it out. And then good habits, branching out, being versatile. I love trying new things, different like social circles.
What is the importance of communication?
Communication is key. Got to keep communication, otherwise you get lost. Like, communication is as simple as telling someone you're going to be 5 minutes late, not like turning up 5 minutes late without telling them. I think communication is so important.
How important is having a good team to your success?
Having good people is essential, man. Like, even if you've got the most skillful person, they might not be right for the job, and you might have someone that doesn't have all the skills but be right for the job. I think surrounding yourself with good people, surround yourself with who you want to be in life. You should surround yourself with that person, and then hopefully everyone will bounce off each other with good vibes.
What would you like your legacy to be in 30 or 40 years from now?
That guy inspired a lot of young people to start their own business, or that guy inspired a lot of people. #self-belief.